Man, you come straight out of a comic.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's 2024, the year of the whores, and we out here loose as a goose.
What?
Welcome.
I thought it was the year of the Mamba.
This is the year of the whores. Fuck
The
that.
whores?
Year of the
That's
whores,
tough.
man. Me and
That's
Black
tough.
Youngster finna take this bitch over.
I just got saved this morning, bro. What are you doing?
Not this morning.
What time did you get saved this morning?
Yeah, what time this morning?
Not this morning.
Yeah, but ladies and gentlemen, happy new year, first of all, and welcome to another episode of Straight Out of a Comic Book. It is very great to be back. Of course, I'm your host, Will Pharaoh. I got some of my favorite folks with me, Mr. Clint, Coley, Dion, and as always, the controversial, infamous, fantastic Frankey is joining us in the building. Man, first of all, how are each of y'all doing? How is your 2024 starting off? Let's start off with Clint over there. How are you feeling, brother?
2024 started off. I was on shrooms, man. When I rang in the new year, so I felt great. I'm an engaged man now.
Hey,
Congrats.
I'm an engaged man now. So yeah, man. I'm about 2024. I mean, I was engaged. I started. I did it on Christmas. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
No, I mean, yeah, it wasn't
I'm
like I got
engaged for
engaged.
6 years, but I'm still engaged.
That's how niggas be. You know, that's how they
just got re-engaged, you know.
right now. Got engaged on Christmas, so you know, yeah, I'm engaged, man. Now. So yeah, life is good though. I can't complain, man.
Yes, indeed. Frankie, how about yourself?
Yeah, it was good. I went to a party at a ping pong place with Sonic Boombox, and it was pretty lit. It was casual, which is like a big thing in New York. Like New Year's Eve is obviously huge here, and the parties are normally like $300-$400. But I got to go to one for free and chill out, which was really nice.
Can't go wrong with free.
Nah, can't go wrong with free.
Can't go wrong with free.
Frankie, can you do me a favor? Can you bring your little rock person up with the little?
Which one?
I love that.
Yo, yeah. Her, and, yeah. Shout out to her and Ronell.
I got a Ronell got that from me.
I know he did. No, I know he did. No. We know you did it first. Yeah, I know you did it first, and then he switched it with the game thing. But I'm saying both of y'all got the best.
And now he famous. Is all I'm gonna say. Now he famous.
And the funny thing, you never switch up the characters. You're like, I'm doing rock.
No, I switch it if I have a character that's from what I'm talking about, but a lot of times I don't. So then, like, because my Funkos are obscure, like Starfire, Trigun. So for the most part, these characters I can't use. Right. So I just use the rock. Yeah.
It's always funny. He like this. He's moving around like.
Yeah, he fighting for his life. People be like, "Yo, somebody free my man Rock."
Like, I don't condone what she's saying here, but
chilling.
I don't have a choice.
He's like, "What am I gonna do here?" Absolutely, he's chilling though. He needs to stop playing and answer. I know he's seeing my post.
Oh, you know that's gonna come. That's gonna come very soon.
I hope, man. I met him when I was a kid, but I haven't seen him since.
You gotta tag him. You gotta tag him every time you use him.
You can't really tag him.
Really?
Oh, you know, hey, no, low key. I know that I shouldn't give it away on here. Tag his ex-wife. She sees a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, for real.
She sees a lot of that stuff for him.
And they work together too.
Yeah, they do so much stuff. Like she's a part of Terramana, she's a part of his production company, and then they just finished the deal with the XFL and another league to come up with the UFL now. So they like this, yeah. So I would say tag her, and you just one more step closer to
him. I just was talking about the XFL with my dad and like how Vince McMahon is a new Barnum, you know, from Barnum and Bailey.
Yeah, he's definitely is a sucker born every minute. PT Barnum.
But he's also excellent at what he does, right? Like
absolutely.
On one end, it's like he is terrible to the workers and to everything, but on the other end, he changed sports. He changed the NFL as we watch it now is because they was hating on the XFL. They shut them down.
They took a lot of stuff from the XFL. Facts.
Yeah.
Facts. Mm-hmm. Facts.
And we let them.
To a bunch of people, but
I was like, yes. Is it unfair? Are people dying? Yes.
You're like, okay, he killed someone on camera. Okay, if you want to harp on that. But let's talk about the positives if we can, you know.
What is that? It's like what murder?
What
murder?
He that broke on accident. What? No.
He's essentially R. Kelly right now.
No, that's too much.
Oh
That's a
man.
lot.
Oh man.
No.
I will say he's awful. He is awful. Like he's awful, and the wrestling, the WWE is awful. But like, damn,
but you know what too? It was funny about it is if you think about it, wrestling is owned, like, just look at it like this: wrestling is owned by a group of rednecks. So out of the lesser of all evils, you have Vince, sits at the top.
Yeah.
Because if Dixie Carter ran everything, this would have been a whole different story.
But I mean the NFL is run by a bunch of rednecks.
And that's why the Dallas Cowboys still have a team.
All right. Here we go. Y'all, all right.
You know that's hatred. That's hatred for me, Clint. You know that. But Dion, how about you, man? How's your New Year been?
Life has, on New Year's Eve, you have all these goals. I did like a little. We was throwing out goals and what we're gonna do for 2024. We stayed up all night. We threw out our goals and stuff and dreams and what we're gonna do for 2024. January 1st, I slept the whole entire day.
I did too. I actually did too.
I'm starting off bad.
Nah, man, that's rest. You get your body ready for 2024.
Absolutely. So the next day, I was like, it's a lot of pressure. January 2nd, it's a lot of pressure to get started. I'm gonna sleep again. You buckled again. You're like, nah, I'm gonna go back to sleep. It's a lot of anxiety. I said, it's getting midnight, so that means when I wake up, I gotta start everything I said I was gonna start doing. Huh? Woo!
Have you started it yet?
Partially, loosely based, if you will.
All right. I mean, hey, the first step is the best step.
Yeah, sure.
So as long as you starting,
we here.
You got what 11 and some months to go. So
this podcast is one of the things I said I was gonna do.
Yep, and you showed up on time, and you
doing this shit. Oh, okay, I guess I'll do it.
Well, we appreciate it. My New Year's Eve, I went treasure hunting. I wanted to start doing hobbies and stuff like that. So my homegirl got me a metal detector. So I just been out in Malibu Beach like an old ass nigga.
Real.
Yeah. Headphones and all. I've been searching. I ain't found shit yet, but I've been searching.
You an asshole for not giving her a title. You calling her a homegirl, man. Come on, let's give her a title, man.
So on today's episode, we are talking about Marvel's What If Season 2.
Homegirl, you know what you're doing with this girl.
She would thank me more for that rather than it being called out. Okay.
Don't tell nobody about us.
I don't know what warrant she got. I want to say that out loud and somebody see this.
I can't. Hold on a second. I can't hear y'all. I lost it. But keep on talking. I can kind of hear y'all.
Can you hear us now?
I can hear y'all.
Well, keep going.
Yeah, I can hear y'all. But yeah, so we're talking about we back in the gates with it, man. As y'all know, I'm sure already, the actor-writer strike is over. We can start talking about everything again and stuff. And so we thought it best to start with Marvel's What If Season 2. It dropped in December, and they gave us something very dope, something they hadn't done before. They gave us episodes back to back. 9 days, a new episode came out each and every single day. And honestly, I feel like that's how TV should start drumming out these series on online. Like, fuck the whole like next week thing and next episode. Drop it every day until you done finish your episodes.
Not a good idea.
Why?
So people just cancel. It's like that's all I wanted to see. Like, dragging it out once a week will keep subscribers. It's my
I agree, but it just depends on how much content we're talking about, right? Like Disney Plus don't have that problem because Disney Plus has oodles of content. I don't like using the word oodles, but they have a lot of content, right? So it's like if you want Disney Plus, you'll keep Disney Plus. Now for the streamers such as like maybe Stars who you only get in for BMF and then you're out. That's different because you got to remember there's three power shows, a BMF, there's what I'm saying, that makes sense for them. But I think a Disney Plus, HBO Max or Max and Hulu, stuff like that, I don't think they have that issue. So I agree. They could, I wouldn't mind them consistently doing that, maybe for 8 to 10 days every day, drop a new episode. I like what they did with that.
Yeah,
I like the waiting.
Yeah, people don't have time to vlog. like new rock stars. They were behind. They were like, by the time episode 4 came out, it was like, shit. Hey, let's do episode 1 of the recap, and it was like, we got to go through all this.
I mean, but do they make content for the blogs?
I mean, not just for the blogs, but kind of, yes. And then it's like easier for people. I just feel like to build that community, that 1 week is the best. Like, think of like The Last of Us, House of the Dragon, White Lotus, where we can spend a week talking about that last episode versus like, by the time I like wrap my head around and watch, because I like to watch an episode multiple times, you know, by the time I got to see all the different angles, 4 episodes was out. Right. So I'm like, let me go back and watch these new episodes. And like, the thing about it was this season wasn't like an anthology like the other one. Right. So then it was like, I felt like I had to know what happened in the last episode because they were all somewhat connected. It was odd.
Yeah, I mean, I understand. I see both sides to it, you know, but for me, I prefer, you know, because I guess me and you know, every day me and Will was texting each other like, nigga. Did you see this? Did you see? You know what I'm saying?
May as well drop it all one day.
Dion, you don't play GTA, so don't do that. Don't do that.
The text messages, huh? That's what we doing? Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's for Grand Theft Auto.
It's for Grand Theft Auto. We the fleet, man.
Nigga, yeah. I really Grand Theft Auto. I'm in these streets for real. So put me
all right. Will. You get
because I was about to go there. Like
I'm not for your shit this year, man.
What did you Grand Theft Auto? What car you took?
A Dodge Neon.
And you brought it back. That ain't Grand Theft Auto when you bring it back.
That's funny.
But all right, so we gonna jump into season 2. Season 2, and so the way that we're breaking this down for everybody that's watching, we're going to go by each episode. We're going to tell, of course, like what we liked about it, what we didn't like about it, and some of the best takeaways from it. And then we'll start, of course, rate them on a scale of 1 to 10. And then we'll go into ranking them from the worst episode to the best episode, and just how, with what was going on in season 2, how does it connect to the MCU moving further with all of the television shows, cartoon series, and films that are going to start rolling out for phase 5. So let's jump into the first one. What if Nebula joined the Nova Corps? So Frankie, I want to hear from you first. What were your goods of this episode and the bad of this episode?
I guess good is I love noirs. So I really like the detective aspect of it. Bad is it was boring. I fell asleep the first time I watched it, and then I had to rewatch it. And I think it was boring because it was predictable. I was like, oh, this girl is the op. I would have never guessed. Like the whole thing. I don't know. I think the Nova Corps is something that should be explored, especially since that's supposed to be like their Green Lanterns. So I would have loved to learn more about that lore. But it was cool. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great.
Gotcha. Okay. Dion, what about yourself?
I agree with Frankie. I forgot about it when you said, "Oh, yeah, that was the first episode." I felt like this was the encore of phase 4. It felt like, oh shit, they want another one. Let's what else can we what if? And I feel like all this what if was still about the 1 through 4 phase. It was like, dude, move with us. Like y'all should be in communication. Move with like 4 and 5. Everything was still like, I'm tired of hearing Thanos and Ultron. Ultron, yeah. And like they're still talking about the first 4 phases, and it's like, let's move with us. Like they really had the rings, but I felt like these were like scraps from the first season. Let's just bring it out anyway.
Some of it was scraps. Like the Iron Man episode was from last season. That's why it's one of the best. But some of it was scraps.
I get what you're saying, Dion, but then too, you gotta remember though, we haven't got a phase 5 yet. So it's like we still trying to and then too, after what happened with Jonathan Majors, they still trying to figure out what's going on. And then I don't think phase 4 really had like a big bad or anybody else to kind of do a what if on, because it's like, did you really want to see a what if of Moon Knight or a what if of Miss Marvel?
They never
but
had
I think there were ways to do what ifs of Moon Knight and Miss Marvel that would have been interesting. Did I want to see another what if of Thor or Peter Crow?
Thor, yes. I wouldn't mind. I'll take Thor. I don't mind watching Thor.
4 movies.
Yeah.
Thor got 4 independent movies, and then he in another 5.
I like Thor. Thor ain't missed. Thor the character ain't missed yet. Even Love and Thunder sucked, but he was good.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. Moon Knight, people really love Moon Knight though. Like I didn't care for it that much, but I think there are times where Moon Knight could slap. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. They could put him in Wakanda. He African, like something. Like there are ways that they could have made Moon Knight slaps, and I think there's also ways that they could have tied in these new characters to come in to the old stories, even if they didn't know what the new movies would be like. They knew the characters that were coming and their general aura, and they could have just had them come in to one of these stories because these are multiverse stories. So they still could have introduced these characters like Moon Knight to someone's story. We would have been like, oh, this is L. And we still got to see Thor. What if Moon Knight stopped Thor or something like that? That would have been L.
Yeah.
So I'll say this. I'm gonna just be honest. I just don't care about Nebula.
Fair.
I mean, that's just the bottom line, right? Like, I watched the first episode just because I was excited about What If 2, but I just do not give a shit about Nebula by herself. I mean, that's just the bottom line. She does not have a story that I'm really, really that interested in. She doesn't, she's not really relevant to me outside of the Guardians of the Galaxy and without Gamora. So yeah, I just didn't care. I don't care that she joined the Nova Corps. I don't care that she's doing all this super sleuth detective work or whatever. Like it was an episode where I watched out of obligation, but I did not care.
Yeah. It didn't tie together to anything in the season, did it?
Yeah, no, I just didn't.
But that's okay, right? What if it's anthology? I think that's fine if she doesn't tie in.
I just want you to know that is Dion's entire shtick when it comes to everything. All he cares about is, does it connect? Why doesn't it connect to everything else? And
Season 1, they connected everything.
Some things don't have to, though, in my opinion.
I think they can have the general vibe, though. I think there's fluency, and then there's like storyline. I think if the point is a multiverse, they're not truly supposed to connect, right? Because we're seeing all possible variations, and this to me connected too much.
Yeah, because they did try to go a lot off of
the
Guardians of the Multiverse. And I think because of that, you had to try to want to tie some of that in. Like, it's like they tried to go over the element of like, no, it's still their separate things. It's just like, hey, because the Watcher's here and then this event happened, he can still kind of pick and interfere. And it's just like, no, y'all didn't stick the landing on this with them.
And that's also against the Watcher. How many times he gonna roll up? The whole point is he the watcher, and now he the doer. Like, I don't like it. I think it's a case of them seeing how well we responded to the Guardians of the Universe, the multiverse, and them saying we need more of this. We need more of this. My favorite video. I gotta find who that creator was. He called Captain Carter an industry plant, and I said, "Oh, facts."
We're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that episode. But I do gotta say, just like Al, I agree with that episode. And even to Clint's point, it didn't hit because I now learned too, you need an hour and a half to like Nebula. That's really what it was. Even in Guardians of the Galaxy 3, it took me over an hour to be like, you know what? All right, I kind of fuck with Nebula. I get her humor and stuff like that. You only got 30 minutes with this. And then you took us back to first Nebula. So it's just kind of like, I don't like it. The whole highlight of that episode, which is he's always the savior, Howard the Duck.
Howard the goddamn Duck.
He was the MVP of the episode. Like,
they sprinkle him in on like parsley.
Because they know they need him. That's why it's just like,
who's been asking? Like, we gotta get more Howard.
Nah. The Darwin Duck series is popping off now.
Howard the Duck is that dude.
Yeah.
He's like Howard the Duck.
But who's asking for it though? Like, we need a series. Like people, they were fine with a feature, but no one's like, hey man, I don't need to see no more. You want a whole series?
I'll take a movie, feature, yo, I would take it live action how they got him right now. I have the first Howard the Duck movie on DVD in my closet right now. That's how much I fucked with Howard the Duck. And just imagine that, because dog, he's Deadpool, but a duck. The same personality and everything like that, dog. Like Howard the Duck is a gangster. This dude is like Han Solo of the fucking multiverse. I mean, of the universe. And be doing and be hooking up with some of the baddest women. I'm all for Howard the Duck.
I think a Rocket Howard combo would be nice together, right?
Nah, you doing you're doing a lot. You're doing a lot.
Yeah, it seems like the same character. Right?
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Him and Rocket ain't the same person. All right. Howard got swag. Rocket is adorable.
Nah, Bradley Cooper, Rocket has swag. Are you kidding me? He was listening to Creep. He was chilling. I think he's more than adorable. The way he talks, I wouldn't call him adorable.
I give him adorable. He was very adorable to me.
I need to see the people you hang. That's because you hang around land and shit like that. That's why you think that he hang around hood niggas. He hang around hood niggas, so you think like, yo, this cursing refugee is adorable.
You ain't wrong on that.
You can tell him I said that, man. You clip this.
So I gotta know it. Then we're gonna move on to the next episode. Scale of 1 to 10. Clint, what you giving it?
2.
Dion?
3.
You know, I'll change it a 4. Give me a 4. I'll give it a 4.
Frankie?
Dang, I was gonna say like 6.
Okay. I was gonna say 5. I was gonna give it a 5.
Yeah,
I was gonna say 5. Yeah, I was between 5 and 6. Like, I watched it. I got through it. I didn't fall asleep to it, but like how Frankie said, it is predictable.
Definitely fell asleep.
Yeah. So now we move into the next one. What if Peter Quill attacked Earth's mightiest heroes? And let me go first. I was not fucking with this episode. I prefer Peter to be a little more older. I wish they would have had him come as Star-Lord with the powers of the god and then fight these Avengers. I don't know if it could have been like him going in time or whatever, but just like the little kid aspect and then how it ended, it just didn't come together for me. And it sucks because the cast you put together as the Avengers was dope. I feel like y'all should have given them a better villain to fight because you didn't beat him. He literally gave up from a little girl listening to some other music, and then that was it. And I was just like, okay. But that was my take on it. Dion, what about yourself?
I agree. I think it should have been an ego, specifically an ego villain, and just took out Peter. Because essentially that's who they was fighting. I really enjoyed it. I was like, who are they going pair together? And I was like, oh, okay, I see what they're doing here. So it was good to know like we had a like little piece of all the older people as an Avengers. So it was pretty dope. Yeah. I enjoyed it, but I just didn't like Peter because it was an opening craziness, but it's like we never got there again.
Yeah, we didn't. Clint, what about yourself?
Yeah, I mean, the only takeaway from this episode that I like was I did like the that Avengers lineup. T'Chaka as Black Panther. Scott Foster. I think that's his name. What's his name?
Knowing the names.
Giant Man. To have Ant-Man also as
Bill Foster.
Bill Foster. I'm sorry.
Bill Foster.
Yeah, and then also have it. So Hank Pym. I like that version. That was a fun version of Avengers. So, but other than that, yes, I wasn't feeling Peter Quill. I wasn't feeling the whole ego thing. And I just like to say like, oh, he's a kid just like us. Like, man, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Celestial. Like he's a child of Celestial.
I ain't trying that shit.
Yeah,
so I only like the idea of that version of the Avengers. Even Thor coming down and him saying, are you Van Halen? That shit was funny to me.
Yeah.
But after that, yeah, I'm good.
Frankie, what about you?
I fell asleep.
Damn. Were you watching these at 12?
No. Yeah, I'm about to say, what time were you watching?
She said no.
These half-hour episodes. You know what I mean?
What's it?
Damn. Had her warm milk and candles.
I mean, you guys haven't been at my house. My couch is very comfy.
I agree. Mine is.
But if something's good, it don't matter.
Hey,
If something is boring, I will fall asleep. And that's how I can tell if something's boring. Like what I normally do is if I fall asleep on the couch and I'm like, it's because I'm tired, I'll rewatch it. I'll give it a second chance. But if I just fall asleep on the couch and I'm like, nah, it's because I was wide awake, it's ass. And that was one of the ones.
It's ass.
Frank, I got to ask then. What was it when we watched The Wiz?
What was it when it was?
Which side was it? Were you tired? Oh, okay, you was.
It was late. It was late. I love The Wiz, but I woke back up. Right?
You did wake back up. You did.
I just needed a minute. We was eating. You come on.
Yeah.
You
okay. I did. Yeah. I'm just
gauging. Popeyes.
We did. Yeah. It was.
I was sleeping on a Snorlax. Like there were various factors. This was just ass.
Yeah, then too, the funniest shit I'm sorry, this is fucked up to say, but I was just like, I noticed Wasp was not in this episode.
What happened? Talk to me.
In the comic book, Hank beats the shit out of Wasp in the comic book. Like he's a drunk alcoholic that beats the fuck out of her.
And all
that's why they gave Scott Lang Ant-Man instead of Hank.
Instead of Hank Pym, because we would have canceled him.
Yeah, Hank Pym is like Iron Man, but less successful.
They didn't even hint towards it. He's like a loving husband now.
And I was like,
where's in the MCU, she's in but in the MCU, she's in the quantum realm. You know what I'm saying? At that time,
you said he beat her. So I'm thinking like, is it in every different version? Like they redo a lot of issues.
Yeah, but he didn't. But we don't know which version that was. Like we said, this is still 616. Technically, they didn't like had nothing pop up that say it was from a different version.
And it's still like a defining part of his character. Like there are different versions of characters, but for the most part, like there are like versions that are almost considered like the tried and true version of like Iron Man. The demon in the bottle Iron Man is kind of like the one that we normally follow, which is him as a like alcoholic and stuff like that. And that's why they cast like Robert Downey Jr. So they're still like, even though they're variants, they're like core characters that we're like, this is who we're looking at, you know?
Yeah, because even in Age of Ultron, Ant-Man, Hank is the one that actually creates Ultron. Not Iron Man and Hulk. And so but again, had to switch that up because they doing the Scott Lang story. But like you said, different variants, different versions and stuff. But I just found like when I first watched it, I was just like, wonder why she's not here. So, but
smart thing.
Yeah. So I want to know though. Dion, scale of 1 to 10, what you giving it?
What is it again? Episode 2. You know they cheat when they create like robots or zombies to kill real quick. I was like, gosh, when there was a bunch of little tiny little egos, I was like, I give it a 5.
Okay. Clint?
I'm good with a 6 on this one. This was better than the first one, but it still was, it was lacking a lot. They get a lot of points for that Avengers lineup, so give me a 6.
All right, Frankie.
4. 4.
So you like the first one better than this one?
Yeah, I could at least rewatch it. But like I said, I'm a Batman girl, so a noir will always be like.
That's fair.
Something that I'm gonna be into. As soon as I saw Baby Peter, I was like, shit. Like I think I just was turned off from that fact.
Yeah, Peter. Yeah, I have to give it a 5. Just like how Clint said, because of the lineup along with the Avengers, and to Dion's point, at the first part, Peter was thumping. I was like, oh, y'all got a problem.
Yeah,
and it just, y'all don't have a problem. And you didn't beat Ego. It was like, we finna fly to space and go defeat the planet. That should have been this episode. Y'all go to Ego's planet and fight him.
Right.
That's what this should have been. I was like, I give it a 5 though for me. So next episode, which I'm about to find I can't wait to see y'all thoughts on this. What if Happy Hogan saved Christmas? Our die-hard episode of What If. And Frankie, the way you veered off, I'm gonna let you go first.
It was Marvel is run by white men, and sometimes I gotta remember that. It was I love, let me also say I love Die Hard. And I love Bruce Willis and his bare feet. So
It's bare feet.
he's barefoot in it. It was exactly what I thought it'd be.
That's a great way to put it. That really is a great way. To put it.
I had no expectations, and that's that word.
Yeah. Clint, what about you, sir?
My mom said, if you don't have anything nice to say, do not say it at all. So I'm going
Brought your
to.
mama into this. Is crazy.
Yeah, man.
But your uncle always tell you, speak your mind.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you. This is the first episode, and I know you don't do rankings until we're done talking about it. But this was a 0.
Give it to me. Okay.
This is a 0. As a matter of fact, I'll give it a 1. I'll give it a 1. But I just it wasn't. It was I didn't like it. I just didn't like it. There was nothing about this episode that made me happy. Pun intended. And I'm cool. I'm sorry. This didn't do it for me. I don't really have much to say about it. It just wasn't. It just wasn't entertaining, right? Like it just. Like from the plot is, Iron Man, the dude from Iron Man 2 is coming back. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. And then he turns into Happy Hogan, turns into a Hulk. Like get the fuck out of here. How was he able to handle all that? I'm cool. I'm good.
Okay. All right. Dion, how about you?
It was very comical, as in it was silly. Like Happy Hogan is a funny person. So
that was a Christmas episode, though. I will say that.
Right. I hate how it opened up with.
Uh-oh.
Let's rewind it back 12 hours later. And it goes back, and I was like, oh, we might have a little Avengers lineup. They ain't show up till like the last minute. And I was like, oh, y'all got me. And I'm really curious on how many times can we remake Die Hard? Like, there's so many movies.
I don't know. Rick and Morty did a really good Die Hard episode.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
I gotta be honest. This probably was still not my favorite, but this is up there for me just because it's Die Hard and just the nuances with it. Like Justin Hammer being Hans Gruber, I'm just like, okay, first off, that's dope. Yeah. The fact that he broke out of jail and it from Iron Man 2 of him getting arrested, breaking out, come and do all of this stuff. Though I loved all of those aspects. I loved Darcy being in it and everything like that. It was comical, and like how the Frankey said, I wasn't expecting too much, but it delivered on that sense. To Clint's point, though, what I did not like, I think the Hulk thing was way too much. I would have preferred it just to stay happy. And him trying to save Christmas. I don't think him becoming a Hulk was really necessary. I'd have rather him found like Tony Stark's like little pulsar hand or something like that, where he could fight and defend himself. But him becoming like this weird looking kind of like purplish Hulk, it was just like, okay. That kind of took it away from me. But outside of that,
Hulk's blood is like HIV. It's forever. Like it ain't
that's full out AIDS. That's bad.
It's forever.
Both are forever.
Yeah, I was like, you can't just fix this Iron Man. Like they should definitely stay away from giving him. It'd been fun if it was like a Jackie Chan sort of thing. Like he's saving, but he's constantly like afraid and like throwing stuff at him, and kind of like I'm afraid, but I'm still winning sort of thing.
Or they make it seem like every Avenger needs powers. Like that, he could have very well did it without it. You know what I mean?
Without it, just use
always. You could be a Hawkeye.
Yeah, because again, all he did was take over the Iron Man suits. So it was really just like, okay, let me find somebody that I know, like a Darcy, that can help me override it, and let me take down Justin Hammer. It's like all of the Hulk stuff just wasn't necessary. I feel like it kind of took away from Happy with doing that. So that was just mine.
What is the format of Die Hard? Is it somebody trying to take over something, and it's a hostage situation, and someone needs to get out? That's essentially Die Hard, right?
Pretty much. It's like, he's there trying to do some stuff, and then these people are trying to rob this shit, and he happens to be in there, and they don't know he's a cop. So now he's the inside man for them while it's a hostage situation going out. My man Reginald Vell Johnson is down there making sure that he's keeping the street secure, while my man John McClane is at the top getting yippee-ki-yay these bitches. One of the greatest Christmas movies ever. Great Christmas movie to watch.
Yeah.
It reminds me of Home Alone, not gonna lie. It's just
definitely gives me the
it's like homemade, like guy getting rid of these criminals with like scraps.
With the most the scraps.
The cave.
The man got a gun taped to his back. Like, what kind of shit? What kind of crazy ass shit is that?
Yeah, a gun is so heavy.
So and he only had like 2 little straps.
He
and
had
I'm
2.
like, bro. But you gotta love it.
It's die hard. It's die hard.
All right, so we know Clint's rating from 1 to 10 on this, but I want to know, Frankie, what do you give?
Just on the record, it's a 1.
Okay. Just to recap,
I'll give it a 6. I liked it better than Peter Quill.
Dion?
I'll stay with 5.
Okay. I'm going with a Congressman 7. Just because it was entertaining. I wouldn't mind watching it again, but I can't go no past that because of the Hulk. Like the Hulk thing really dropped it for me. So I give it a 7.
Why was his face like that? Why was it like he had like cerebral palsy?
Because that's the thing. Like to Clint's point though, this is a toxic serum that you should not be taking. One, does Happy have the gene for him to get like turned into that stuff? Like I think it did better like having a tested like a like what it is like a prototype serum of the serum they had from Secret Invasion. Yeah. But it could be just like one person or it could have been multiple, but it's like it's gonna wear off. And
the whole him fizzling the syringe and it's sticking into his leg. He was like, oh.
And what made it go in? What made it empty? Because he didn't press it
through his pants.
Yeah. How did they get that part? It went doop, and then who pressed something? That's what I was like. Yeah, I was like, I don't like that.
Three Stooges ass.
Yeah, that part was cheeks. But all right, so moving on to one of the favorites of What If from most of the audience is what if Iron Man crashed into the Grand Master? So of course, him instead of when he's throwing the bomb in the first Avengers movie and he's throwing it at the Chitauri spaceship, he does not return and he winds up ending up on Sakaar, kind of like Thor did, not kind of, but exactly like Thor did in Thor Ragnarok, and comes across a whole bunch of these crazy characters, including Gamora that we saw from season 1. So I want to know from y'all. I'm gonna start off with you first, Clint. How did you feel about it? Good, the bad?
I'm gonna be honest with you. One of the best episodes they did. You could tell, like Frankie's point, like you can tell it was from last season. I don't know why they didn't put it in last season. I mean, it was a pretty. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. It kept me entertained the entire time. Good storyline. It was believable. It's like, okay, yeah, the origin is, Iron Man does not come back from the portal. It already closed. Okay, I'm with that. Then you keep going with that, and then Grandmaster is who he is, still being who he is. You know what I mean? Death match, death race. Iron Man becomes more of an Iron Man while he's on. Yeah, everything about it made sense. That's what I liked. It made fucking sense. You know what I'm saying? Gamora's trying to kill him after the fact that you did what you did on Earth. I was here for it. I like the episode. I don't really have too much bad for the episode, to be honest with you. I don't have too much bad to say. That this is the first episode where I can say I was locked in. For sure.
Okay. All righty then. Frankie, what about yourself?
I liked it. I obviously it's one of the stronger to me. To your point, because it's clear it's from the first season. They didn't finish it. That's why they didn't put it in the first season. So it wasn't done, but it would have fit so much better, especially because we see Gamora in the finale, and I'm like, who is this bitch? Like, what's her story? I want to know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought it was good. I thought it was fun. I thought it's easy to be a good episode with Iron Man. They were in their comfort zone. You know what I mean? With Love and Thunder lore, it was all clear that they were in their comfort zone, and it worked. It was very good.
Dion,
who dropped the ball and then finished the episode? Virgil. I thought you was gonna finish it. No, I was doing episode 6. I didn't know I was supposed to do it.
Who the fuck is Virgil?
I'm just an editor.
So out of all the made up names, you choose Virgil.
What's wrong with Virgil? It's a name.
I just don't like Virgil. I just don't like Virgil because I didn't like the wrestling Virgil. I didn't like that.
Okay. I can see Virgil as an animator or a line designer, and so I can see that popping up on the credits, man. I can see that. But what about you, Dion?
I liked it. It was a fun little Mad Max racing sort of, it was fun.
Fast and Furious shit.
Yeah, it was fun.
Family.
Great directing. You definitely had some money into it, so it definitely felt like they took their time on it.
Mm-hmm.
Tony with his little quips.
Crazy that's not Robert Downey Jr. talking this.
That's not.
That was one thing I was going to shout out. The guy who's playing Iron Man, who's not Robert Downey Jr., he does have Robert Downey's cadence down packed. Great job, that voice actor.
Yeah.
Mick Wingert. Shout out to you, Mick Wingert. He is the voice of Iron Man in What If Season 2. So definitely shout out him playing Tony Stark for that. He's also done Poe in Kung Fu movie on Prime Video. So he talks as Poe in the regular stuff. So yeah, man, doing some fantastic work.
Love it.
Yeah, I'm the same way with y'all. I enjoyed every minute of it. The one thing I would say I didn't like, and it's very small and minor, but I didn't like the mislead in the beginning when the Watcher was talking, because he made it seem like it was about to be about Gamora, and it was more about Tony.
Yeah.
So I got a little just kind of like, I was like, oh man, because I thought I would see it from her perspective more than I would see it from his. But they did help answer some of the questions, like seeing him make his Iron Man suit, and then going back to the previous season where you see the two of them combined standing with each other. And it's like, oh, okay, now this makes sense as to why you're aligned with her in this universe. And so I enjoyed it. I enjoy seeing Valkyrie. I always forget the Rock guy's name. And it always slips my mind.
Me too. I call him
Korg. Love seeing Korg, all of them, because again, you already know their personality, so they still brought it as if it was like Thor Ragnarok. And so, like I said, I don't have
yes, I agree.
Yeah. So, for myself, I'm rating it. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. Clint, how about you?
I'll give it a. You know what, Will? I'll join you. I'll give it a 9 too. I was gonna give it an 8, but then I'm thinking like, why would I give it an 8? What does it? What is it? Yeah, I'm good with a 9. I'm good with a 9.
All right, Frankie.
I'll be a hater. 8. I'll be a hater. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm agree with Frankie, because I don't remember how it ended.
So it ended with Gamora actually killing Thanos herself.
Oh, you missed the best part. They melted the Grand Master.
Yeah, melted the Grand Master.
His head rolled up into it, right?
No. His the car that the lady they normally hold it, she had it attached to her car, and the guy hit, and it bounced off, and the shit rolled and hit his tippy toe, and it melted him, and he was still alive. He was still alive. He was a true Jeff Goldblum. It's like, oh, I feel so melted. Help me, please. It was great.
Is that really his voice?
I believe it was Jeff Goldblum talking as a Watcher. Not the Watcher, the Grand Master.
They were definitely at the bottom of the barrel of season 2 of the actors they got. I was like, oh boy, like none of the original people were back.
I think too, just could also like having to pay them to be able to come in and do it too. So yeah, so I definitely get that part.
Like all the Disney movies like Lion King 2 and Little Mermaid 2, you'd be like, oh, they
they're like, yeah, I ain't coming back for these. So you going?
I'm done. Good. I got my check. Make them miss you.
All right, it's on to the next one. What if Captain Carter fought the Hydra Stomper? So, Frankie, I'm gonna let you take the reins on these, because you did say that Captain Carter is considered an industry
ass.
So
Ass, all of it, ass.
Why?
This one I fell asleep while I woke back up. I rewatched it, and then I said, damn, this is still ass.
This is still ass.
I'm tired of her. She just screams white feminism to me.
Man, turn that song up. Turn it up. I like this song.
I'm glad you said it.
Turn that shit up.
And so every time I watch it, I'm like, it's just, I was afraid one of my eyes were gonna get stuck for rolling them so hard. Like I was watching it and I was like, this is a TBS special if I ever seen it, and it was really hard to watch.
Okay, all right. Dion, what about you?
I wish this was the first episode because that's how the last one ended.
Mm-hmm.
It would have connected a little bit better. I totally forgot about the Hydra Stomper.
Yeah, I didn't know what the Hydra Stomper was when I first read the title. I didn't get what it was. Then I remembered. I was like, I don't remember none of this in the first episode.
Yeah. Also, I do have to say, this is the one with Black Widow should not be the last spy out there, because of all the spies we're introduced, Black Widow is one of the only spies we see that aren't that good. Nakia is the only spy that's surviving this stuff. Okay, yeah. She's the only spy that's a spy. Like all these other spies, we just see them do superhero work, which is great. But like Natasha only been a spy in a What If series. Like I've never seen her be like a real life spy versus like Nakia getting work and finding a secret kingdom in one business day. Her ROI is crazy. Like
I found her. I lost her, but I found her.
She didn't even lose her. If Nakia was there.
Oh yeah, Okoye lost her. Okoye
lost her. If Nakia was there, they would have all been dead.
We'd all came back.
She would have clapped them all.
We'd have all came back together. They'd be dead right now.
She probably, not gonna hold you, she probably would have killed old girl. She probably would have killed Riri.
Yeah.
If that was what it was, she would like, I gotta kill her. I'm sorry. We can't be you can't take our princess. I'm gonna just kill this girl. We can't beat you. You can't take our princess. Let's kill this girl right here.
You're like, ma'am, I don't know you like that.
I think that was something else that was getting me tight. I was like, I'm getting tight and not seeing Nakia being the last spy when she clearly would be the only last spy from the MCU alive.
And this was very confusing too, because what Black Widow is this? Because if memory serves me correct, didn't her widow die and didn't another widow like go in her place, or was that a whole different universe?
They don't like their other shit.
Clint, do you got something on that?
So I think what happened, if you remember, I think the Watcher placed this Black Widow back onto this timeline. If you remember, I think he placed her back during some fight on the helicarrier or something like that.
And
overall, this episode cheeks, man. That's another one, where I'm just like, look, man, like I'm tired of hearing about Steve and Peggy's love story. I don't give a fuck, man. This stupid ass Titanic shit. Get like y'all not gonna make it. Just move the fuck on.
Yeah.
All right. So I was cool on this episode. I'm not gonna give it a 1 like I did Happy Hogan. And I know we're not doing rankings, but this one I'm gonna go somewhere around 5, 6. Just because it wasn't awful, but I don't like Captain. I'm not a fan of Captain Carter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was definitely unbelievable. They had those little spy darts that will kind of put you down, but she had the shield blocking it from all angles.
Yeah.
Like, dude, these are spies shooting you with darts, and they can't shoot your ankles from the back. Remember they were surrounding them?
Yes.
And they all shot.
Nothing ricocheted and shot nothing. You protected 2 people holding that shield.
Also, Captain Carter no karate. She was a soldier during World War II.
Like, when did you learn all this?
Well, in World War II, Japan and all the motherfuckers was fighting. She could have learned something there. I don't know.
She wasn't fighting with Japan, and they were not on the ground.
She was fighting
notoriously in the air.
And remember,
Frankie, I'm just trying to give some sort of some bullshit ass reason.
I'm with y'all on this. Like, what's fucked up about it is y'all have 2, and again, this is just my opinion. You have 2 of the best storylines from Marvel's movies, Winter Soldier and, to me, Black Widow. You had both of those combined, and y'all still shit the bed. Yeah. You still shit the bed on this, because the only thing you had great that you took away from that was the fact Bucky was alive and he ran S.H.I.E.L.D. And that was it.
I did like that.
Yeah, but everything else, it was like to Clint's point, I do not care about these 2 motherfuckers finally bumping cheeks, because that's all they meant. Like, you missed out on smashing, and y'all keep wanting to put us in there. And then my whole thing is, how long were y'all around?
This is
it's
not
like you don't even
Steve.
know him like that. You've only
This
known
is not
him for a few
you.
months.
This is not you in there. Shut your dumb ass up.
I was just like, yo, like it was just
hurt.
because it was just too much. It was just like, I can't do this to you, Steve. I can't do this. That dude should have shot you. Winter Soldier, Cap fought for his life. He was like, yo, this dude about to kill me. Wait a minute.
But
Hey,
even
Bucky.
that, the way Bucky grew up, Cap and Bucky grew up together. They were friends their whole life, and then became so. When Winter Soldier, when he was like, I can't let my dog go down like that, I was like, yeah, me neither.
Yeah. But this one is just like, yo, like you ain't known this dude that long for you to be swept up like that.
For skinny.
And then
they did the same to the immortal Wonder Woman, where she was tripping over Steve Trevor, who she knew for 2 weeks. I was like, this bitch is 300 years old, and was quick buns got her.
And it ended the same way. What happened? Steve crashed into the plane. Both Steves killed themselves.
I wonder why. She's insufferable.
Yeah, and I see why now. So I'm like, yeah, I'll give it a 6 just because of the stories that they pull from, and I like those elements. But like I said, man, Peggy kind of just shit, man. Y'all ruined it just trying to hype her up the way y'all did. Yeah. Dion, what about you? What are you ranking it?
Very forced. I give it a 4.
Okay. Frankey,
y'all in the same ballpark.
Yeah.
A 0.
0.
Frank, you got a
I'll
0
say
for
5.
us?
I'll say 5.
Donut.
5. Yo, you know, but I think it's because Winter Soldier is my favorite movie in the MCU.
That's why I got to put it up there because it's one of mine. So that's why I'm just like, I have to give it that, but it's just Carter.
Am I one of the only ones who like Civil War a little more than I like Winter Soldiers? Okay, all right.
Yeah,
just a little more. I'm not saying like I love one. Just a little.
I get but I get it though because of all the elements that are in there, and because it was great from beginning to end, and then even to Zemo shit. Like Zemo won, and that's
Zemo won.
Like, Zemo won. He did what he wanted to do. Yeah. So that's what I'm just like. Yeah.
I really kind of wish the Avengers had fought the super soldiers. That's all the thing I want.
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen.
Yeah. I think with Civil War, the reason why I don't like it better is one, it was so small. And the repercussions, I felt like we really didn't get to truly feel the repercussions of it. Like Civil War is such a huge event. It should have felt like, honestly, Civil War could have ended the entire phase, and Infinity War could have been after another 3 or 4 phases if it was done right. So I think that weighing on my head, I was like, versus like Captain America and the Winter Soldier, that reverb hit 2 or 3 phases, and like just everything, the action, the cinematography. If you're a big kung fu movie watcher, that is a very kung fu movie, like heavy movie. The choreography there is really well. Even the scene where he's like in the elevator and he's fucking up a team of people in the elevator, like leading up to it, there's so much like cinematography that's in there versus like watching him and Bucky whoop Iron Man's ass. They really hurt. Really, it was good. It's a good season, but I was just like, I hate this. I hate that they put hands on that man. They was putting hands and feet after they said, yeah, okay, he killed your dad. Get over it. Like it was like,
like did you know? Yes, nigga, I knew. What you trip? Why you mad at me?
The fuck?
Did you know? Like, why am I responsible for telling you? Wait a minute.
I knew about slavery too. You don't see
You don't see Nick Fury getting pissed at me. Like what you mean? What you want me to do? But yeah, I agree. So next one is what if, and it's apologies if I do say the name wrong. But what if Kahori reshaped the world?
Now, oh my bad.
No, Clint, because I know you're going to have to jump off in a little bit, so I want you to go first.
This is what the fuck I've been waiting for in the MCU. This is what you can tell this wasn't written by a white man. Mm-hmm. First of all, let's start here. A white man. First of all, it's legit historical facts. Mm-hmm. Juan Ponce de Leon was looking for the Fountain of Youth in the 1500s. Kahori said, and of course the Spanish conquistadors and everything like that. So for her, not only to show for them to show, I guess ass kicking in that sense, right? But to show like she had enough, she had enough heart for her people to go back and say, nah, nigga, fuck that. And she was so powerful by the powers from the Tesseract. This one, up to this point, right? This one actually was my favorite episode. I did like, of course, I was a big fan of the Grandmaster, blah, 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 blah. I gave that a 9. I know I'm early with these. I'm going to give this episode 10 out of 10. It gave me everything that I was looking for in a what if, because at the end of the day, yes, what if, and then she rolled up on Queen Isabella and said, yeah, like who the fuck you talking to, right? And again, a legit historical situation. People forget, Christopher Columbus he sailed for the Spanish, even though he was Italian, and Queen Isabella and King Ferdinand were the king and queen at the time. And this makes sense if you're talking 1492 with Christopher Columbus, about 1505, 1506 with Kahori. This makes sense. I'm a history buff. I'm somebody who studies history, who knows history like the back of his hand. So this fit in perfectly. This was right up my alley. 10 out of 10. Good fucking job. And the entire episode, she spoke in her fucking language.
Yes.
Both parties though.
Yeah.
Both parties.
Yes.
Yeah.
So 10 out of 10 for me.
Hey, good job, Clint. You definitely pushed my number up a little higher. Because I learned a lot from you from right there. I ain't gonna hold you like, I knew this the whole time. I'm like, so I really wish, I don't know if this crossing over universes. I know it definitely is, but I wish it is called it what if Pocahontas reshaped the world. Because it's essentially
you just want to give it justice. You try to give
only Indian.
I hate him, man. I hate him, dog.
This is she a real person?
Yes, Pocahontas is a real person.
No, I'm talking about Kahori.
No, Kahori was made. This is
Kahori.
How you go to hell if they did Pocahontas? Disney owned both of them, so go ahead and give it to her, man. What would happen? It's still what if
Pocahontas.
Name it. Pocahontas.
I'm not ready to hear this. The Pocahontas in the Disney movie.
Oh, go ahead, say it.
Was all about colonization. She married the white man. Yep. She had that fine ass prince who was trying to get with it. Her father literally says, these white men are evil. She's like, oh, but this white man is great. Like, no, and they go to colonize them. Absolutely.
And she married a white man in real life. She married John Rolfe.
In real life, she was a prisoner. She did marry him.
That's what the text says.
Right. Yes. She did marry John Rolfe, but it wasn't like I'm in love with John Rolfe.
No, it was for convenience. No, it
wasn't even convenience. It was like John Rolfe copped. He was like, this bitch is fine, and then married her. Versus like in the Disney movies, she married him because she fell in love with him in the way that she fell in love. She's a snow hopper. So I don't think she would have rolled up on Queen Isabel like that. Like, I don't think she would have been like that.
And that's what I love about this one is, and like, just even talking about the difference between this one and Captain Carter, like this woman showed what real strength comes from a woman. It wasn't over the top. You see like why she was who she was. It showed a very powerful image of why, kind of just like how lions are. Like the female lion is the more ferocious one than the male. And that's the one that really holds most of the stuff down anyway. And so that's what you saw with her. And then you didn't see it like when she's coming up trying to figure out how to get back to her people and stuff like that. It wasn't these over-the-top cheat code type stuff like how Peggy was getting. It was her really trying to figure it out, really adjusting and talking to her people and really trying to let them know like, hey, this is what's going on. We can't just leave them there.
Yeah. And they said no at first, which I really love. They was like, we're in a mortal paradise. Why would we
go back?
And then they was like, damn, she left. I think they didn't expect her to leave. So when she left, they was like, damn, now we gotta go. We pussy. Yeah. And they had to roll.
But then too.
That was dope.
Yeah. when they always came into the woods. But what's funny about it too was I know somebody back there when she brought the portal down and she walked out. I know somebody in that tribe was like, "Well, the portal right there. We can't just be like,
we just can't stay here.
Yeah, we can't just not walk. At first, we had it because it's in the sky. We can't get to it, but it's on the ground now.
I did like, whoo, it's crazy over here.
I did like that we thought they were warriors, and then when she pulled up, he was like, "No, why did you think that? We're chilling. Yeah, we don't got no hands.
We can't fight."
And then when they did pull up, they weren't fighting; they were just running. And I thought that was really cool. It reminded me of Makari. Damn, they could get. I'd be getting so goddamn jealous. The MCU be doing speedsters so well. But like they were just running, they weren't really fighting, and I was like, they stuck to the point there that like they stayed consistent, and I really like that.
They politely pushed, like the Flash be talking.
Nah, they were stomping niggas out. They were not politely pushing. They were running over. They were
that Conquistador got that work. I was like, how are you digging? Like you should be dead. You should not be digging your hand out. You should be dead.
What was her power?
She's just blended in with the Tesseract. Like the Tesseract is through her DNA. So it's just like
she Captain Marvel.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah. So I'm with Clint though. I'm a 10 out of 10 with this one. And then just even to the fact that they did talk to the actual tribe that they were basing it off of and made sure that they stuck to it as best as they could. I'm giving it 10 out of 10.
I gotta give it a 9, y'all, only because
that's fine. That's to me 9 is a 10 for you.
Is it 10? No, retroactively for me specifically, yeah. Retroactively, I'm giving it a 9 because she did all that goddamn work and then rolled up on Captain Carter with no problem with the symbol of an oppressor on her chest and on her shield. That's not the Kahori we just met, and so I was like, did I misinterpret this episode? You know, like seeing how she was moving after.
And for me to end, don't forget, Strange Supreme showed up and was like, "Yo, you the bitch I've been looking for." Like, you the bitch I've been looking for. Like, and we didn't know what that meant. We didn't know what that meant.
And that's the thing too. Like, as she did try to talk to Queen Isabella, I can see why she would try to reason with Captain Carter about it too, especially knowing what the end goal was.
She was way more buck with Isabella, who really posed no threat to her. Captain Carter was a physical threat to her, and she was like, "Hey, girl, okay, I know Strange is like really cool, but you should like it'd be totally chill if you chill with me and like help me out."
Yes.
That's not bad. And I was like, "Who is this Kahori?" Because the Kahori you just met was like, "Nah, bitch, this is what we at, and you either get with it or get lost."
That was the English version. That's the one that was speaking English. That's what that was.
Yeah, she learned English up top.
Yeah, she was talking in her native tongue. We would have been like that and be like, "Look here, bitch.
Yeah.
That dude Foul, you need to go talk to him. Don't run up because you don't know what I got."
Facts.
Yeah. All right. So this next one, of course, is
what Dion didn't give his ranking.
Oh yeah, I'm so sorry. No, not that. Yeah. Dion, what's your ranking?
I give it a 9.
Okay, so we all on the same page.
Yeah, we all up there. Okay. So the next one up, what if Hela found the 10 rings?
This is one of my favorites, honestly. Ooh. It's really good. It was really good. It made me more Hela. And honestly, that was my biggest concern about Ragnarok. And also Love and Thunder is that these two villains, the actors who played them and the villains themselves are so compelling. And I was so happy to see her because like there were just so much about her that was good for her. Damn, what's the Mandarin's name? Wenwu?
Yeah,
Wenwu. Like clearly he was giving her grace because she was a woman, and the way she exploited that by like banging his head in the minute she got him alone. Her learning her lesson, like just her going through that Thor storyline. And honestly, this is the first time we really see Odin cook. Like,
I
agree. We've never seen Odin
we ain't never seen Odin on that.
And he's people talk about him that we hear that he's fire, but I never seen him cook. And I'm like, even at an old age, when Odin pulls up, we should be scared. And they was getting their ass handed to him. I was like, yeah, this is it.
And Odin wasn't using that stick as much either. Odin was putting hands.
She was like, yo, watch the stick. I was like, you gotta watch the hands. You talking about
y'all need to watch them hands he throwing.
You got it. And he lost it at one point and still was cleaning up. Like they took it from him. He said, the fuck? And then took it right back. He was like, you think Well, you think it's just about the stick? Like I very much enjoyed this episode. I love that they finally brought in Shang-Chi because that was my biggest complaint, that all the new stories are brought in. It wasn't Shang-Chi, it was his father, but still, like, just to at
It
least
has something
dip
to do
into
with
the
it.
lore.
the 10-ring lure.
Yeah, and to like expand on that lore so we can appreciate it when inevitably, hopefully, Shang-Chi 2 comes out. Now we have an appreciation for the lore and the story that we didn't have before. And that's what I thought was a huge purpose of What If, to kind of build out and pad where we don't have a chance to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I agree. Clint, what about yourself?
I'm not going to mansplain anything that Frankie just said. She hit the nail on the head. My favorite part of the episode was Odin cooking, though. Like that was very, because it's like, again, I've never seen it before. Now I know how bad Odin really is or was. You know what I'm saying? So this was a good episode for me. Will, we also talked about it offline. You know, I had to rewatch it to more so appreciate it a little bit more than I did at the beginning. You know, I'm gonna keep with the same shit. I'm early, 8 out of 10 for me.
Okay. All right. Dion, what about yourself?
I don't feel like Hela learned her lesson. She went to Earth to learn her lesson.
She did so.
She did.
She went to go liberate other people on other planets.
And she didn't kill anybody. The goddess of death didn't kill no one.
Anyone. Nobody.
Banned her to Earth and said, learn your lesson. She said, I want those rings.
And she didn't get them.
She didn't
take them because she could have slit Winru's throat and took them. But she said, but like how he said, he was chosen for those. And she understood that, like, yo, there's a certain way these rings have to be wielded, and the rings chose him. So that's why it's just like, I got that part.
And then she made him fall in love, and she said, I still want those goddamn rings.
And good, punched him and ran. He was like, "Oh yeah, don't kill him." I like her.
He said, "Well, get her in a dress, please. God damn, get her in that red ensemble I got in the back. I've been waiting for the whole."
And
only had that for one of his prostitutes.
Only reason why Odin came is because Heimdall was like, I don't see her on Earth. He said, okay, let me find this.
Heimdall was like, hey, I can't see this woman no more.
Where is she at?
All of a sudden, he was like, hey, big head. He was like, I know I ain't exiled you here. Come back.
Come on through. I didn't even, one thing that this taught me, I didn't realize the amount of power that was possessed in her crown. So that was something that really, because I just thought Hela was, I never really took the aspect of your power comes from your crown. I thought her being the goddess of death was just forged through her. I didn't start to realize a lot of the Asgardians, your power is generated through objects. And
no, I think he put it in her crown.
Oh, well, no, because remember the last episode. So,
it was still in the crown. He couldn't take it out. So he stripped her of her power, because that was the whole thing about Thor, right? He thought it was in his hammer, but when she crushed his hammer, they were like, "No, Thor, it's you." So it's the same with her. He said that whoever holds this, that was him stripping her of her power and putting it in the helmet. So after that, the helmet has the power in the way that I can never say it. Meow. That still had the power of Thor even after he moved on and found his own power. It still had his power of Thor.
Oh yeah, which is why Jane got it.
Which is why Jane, and while he was able to give it to those children.
Yeah.
Remember, he was able
to
it
makes okay. It makes sense now. I was always so confused about that as far as Asgardian powers went. Okay, but now it makes sense.
I think the MCU a little confused too. So
yeah. So for myself though, I like I said, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the storyline of her going through Shang-Chi. It did make me have a better appreciation of this version of Hela. So where Frankie said, I do want to see more of her. As far as Kate Blanchett playing it, because it just really made me really get attached to that character, unlike Nebula in the first episode. So for me, I'm gonna give this an 8 out of 10, just because watching, like you said, Odin cook and watching him get smacked with the 10 rings, that was enough for me. And then watching Hela become the goddess of life, I was just like, all right, I'll mess with this. So I give it 8 out of 10. Frankie, what about yourself?
I would give it a 9. I really enjoyed it. From start to finish, I was just so relieved to finally see someone outside of the first 3 phases, and to see like something fresh in the way that I was really relieved to see with Kahori. And yeah, I thought who voiced her? Was it Kate Blanchett?
It was Kate Blanchett.
She did a really good job because a lot of them are not good at voice acting.
She was funny. She was captivating. Man, I ain't gonna lie, not to be disrespectful. She got me as Clint like to say a little moist when she was doing that Winwoo. I was okay.
Cause she know what it is. Yo,
wait, you didn't have to throw me in there like Clint be saying.
Hey, that's your word. That's your word.
I hear you say that.
Why don't bring me in this shit?
That's your word. I'm just giving you your credit.
One-on-one conversation with y'all.
This be in the group chat.
No, just y'all two.
I'm not in it. I'm
moist.
I'm in the group chat. I can see it.
Dion, what about you?
I'll give it a 7.
Okay.
I enjoyed it. And just like Frankie said, I'm glad it was one of those ones that went outside of Endgame. Just like it was a nice little hybrid of the original phases in this one. And for her to be turned into goddess of life was pretty dope.
Yeah. Clint, just to recap, what was your rating for this episode?
Oh, this was a 9 for me.
Okay.
Oh no, 8. I gave it 8. I gave Kahori a 9. I gave this a 9. I gave Corey a 10. So yeah, this is a 9.
Yeah.
This is a 9. This is a 9. Yes, this is a 9.
All right. Okay. So now our next one. What if the Avengers assembled in 1602?
Oh,
I gotta go first. This shit was ass. This probably one of my least favorite ones at the whole episode, at the whole season, because it didn't come together. I had no idea what was going on. I don't get what the fight was about. And again, like to your point, I don't like that Peggy was talking to the Watcher like she just got this man's phone number or something.
Because he is Eric Adams. He be outside, bro, where he don't need to be. Like, go to your office and do your job, yo.
But it's like, how are you catching? Like, I can hear you, right? Really? It's like, so how does this fifth dimensional being not know you can hear him? And how can you hear this fifth dimensional being?
Yeah. I don't like how this what if character has become like the Wolverine. Like everyone loves Carter.
And Carter. It's just
but
like I didn't understand.
Carter. That's the gag. That's why she an industry play.
I just was not feeling Clint, what about you?
Real quick, I know I was supposed to jump. I gotta go work out, man, but I really wanted to stay around for the last episode. I'm sorry I can't, but let me tell y'all how much I hate this fucking episode. Right? If I could show my ass on this screen to show y'all how ass I think it is, I would. But I'm going to spare. I'm gonna spare y'all.
Gotta clap the cheeks if you show
your ass. Hey yo, whoa!
Hey. Don't do things halfway.
What Avengers are these? Who are these niggas? Like what Tommy Davis is saying. Who are these niggas? Yeah. Who are they? Right. Then on top of that, so my thing is when I read the title, what if the Avengers assembled in 1602? In my mind, I'm thinking in my head, okay, it makes sense for Thor to be there because he's over 1,000 years old. Okay. But I'm thinking in my head, maybe there's people with, like we talked about, there's people with superpowers or people, who, for centuries, right? So maybe somewhere I want to know how somebody got some superpowers. And no, what you did was you brought a current version of Tony Stark, a current version of Ant-Man, a current version of Captain America, a current version of current versions of these motherfuckers, and you're telling me now this is the Avengers of 1602. No, and I don't like that Captain Carter is the leader of these motherfuckers. I don't like it. And on top of that, 1602 means y'all own slaves. Fuck that. No.
Here's the other big problem I had. No one assembled. The Avengers did not assemble.
That's funny as hell.
She had 3 people help her. That was it. None of them assembled.
Yeah.
No.
At all.
Yeah.
I did not understand. I was like, yo, you got Ant-Man, Captain America, who is Robin Hood, and then Winter Soldier, I guess that was who that was.
Robin Hood.
Yeah.
Fucking Robin Hood.
Nick Fury would have been in Sir Shangles.
Nick Fury would have been hung.
Yo, no, even more. Scarlet Witch would have got her beheaded.
Oh, she literally is a witch.
Scarlet would have got beheaded in 1602. That made no sense whatsoever.
Burnt alive.
At the stakes.
Ass. But it's that white feminism. They're like, see, you guys have been asking for diversity. I don't know. I just feel like they're being petty and they're trying to make a point, and I don't like it. I hated Captain Carter. I thought it was a good chance, like you said, in DC when they go in the past, we see Jay Garrett instead of Wally West. We see different. The immortal people will be the immortal people, but
we see Justice League of Society, not Justice League. We see
Justice members of exactly. We're seeing, but also I will say this because I'm always here to plug. When DC does their things, their animation doesn't only focus on the prime core. And I think that's what's disappointing me the most about What If is that they have the opportunity to focus on characters that haven't even been introduced into the MCU that we really love, like Dr. Doom or anyone that's older, or we never get to see. This is a time for them to test characters that we typically don't get to see, and they're not doing it. Justice League, I was just watching a Justice League episode. They had Big Barda was the lead of the episode. Who knows who Big Barda is? You know what I'm saying? But it flapped. They threw the flash in so that you could like get a feel for it. But I'm like, this is the type of stuff. Put your little Peggy Carter in it, but then add in characters that we don't know, that people, Squirrel Girl, somebody, and put her in there. And
it would have been dope. What if the Marvel Knights assembled in 1602?
Wow.
And you could have had her sprinkled in there, but like you get to see Daredevil, Spider-Man,
she could have met
Ghost Rider, Blade. Yeah, you could have had us with that. Well, I know they can't do that just yet until 2025.
I thought they had the rights to.
I thought it was next year they can fully do it. They couldn't start making shit till 2025.
They already
they got it.
Mutants since Miss Marvel. They've had mutants.
They've had mutants,
Since Miss Marvel.
But can they say mutant? But can they say X-Men? None of them have said
they can't say X-Men.
Okay, that's where I'm
mutants. They could have
that's
had
where I'm
mutants.
confusing it. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but they had mutants since Miss Marvel.
Lady Deathstrike would have been dope.
Namor could have pulled up to that. Like
Namor could have been in there. Yeah.
He actually.
But what is it? Basiat, the actual
the Black
god?
Panther.
The Black Panther guy. He could have showed up. Yeah.
There were so many opportunities, like I said, but they're so gun ho on like we miss these white men that we've been pushing up for the first 20 movies, and we gotta keep them, bring them in as much as we can, and like it's upsetting me and my homegirls. By my homegirls, I mean y'all.
So what y'all? so what y'all rating it? Because I do want to get Clint's take on the last episode before he bounce. What y'all rating it? I'm giving it a 4.
What you got, Clint?
Yeah, that's where I'm at. I'll give it a 4. I mean, it was awful. I mean, it was bad, but I don't.
3.
Yeah, I'm not. I want.
Loki got me to a 4. Loki got me to a 4.
Him being Shakespeare.
That was dope to me. Dion, what about you?
I fell asleep, so I'm gonna give it. That's why I couldn't contribute a lot. So I'll give it a high.
That was it.
Yeah, there it is. And so of course we get into the final one, episode 9. What if Strange Supreme intervened? Clint, I want to hear your thoughts on this first.
So they gave me a good plot twist, because when I thought Strange Supreme was intervening, I still thought he was a good guy. So to make him the bad guy, I thoroughly enjoyed that, and him still on a quest to bring back his love. I can respect that, right? But other than that, I'm with Frankey on this Captain Carter shit. I don't want her saving anything, right? But I do like the first of all, how the fuck she's able to withstand all of the Infinity Stones?
Hold on. Okay, hold on. For that, okay, no, because she had the Ultron armor.
She didn't. She grabbed them with her hands.
Oh yeah,
she definitely grabbed them shits with her hands.
At the end,
Corey threw it to her.
She still had the suit on. She still had the
she
suit
grabbed
on.
it with her bare fucking hands. I rewinded it. She grabbed it. The suit was only the shoulder pads. The rest was her suit.
But it's supposed to be nano, so it's supposed to be in her suit.
Whatever. Her hands
I don't like it. I'm not trying to defend it.
And even still, the Hulk wore that same goddamn suit and
was fried.
I was
sunburned.
I didn't understand none of that. I'm like, so y'all gave her the Infinity Stones. What was that Searcher's sword that she had?
Yeah.
You had the sword. You had Hela's crown. Like, yo, what about this woman gives her the possession to have all this? Even Steve Rogers only got Thor's hammer. That was it. And because he was worthy of it.
Who wanted this, yo?
Who asked for this?
Right. And it reminded me of the end of Secret Invasion. I'm sorry to bring up y'all trauma again, but when they gave what's her name? What was the daughter?
Yeah.
Gravik and the daughter when she was already an op. All the powers of the universe, of the strongest people in the universe. I was like, why are they giving Captain Carter? Why are they making her the most powerful character in the universe? It didn't make sense to me. I was like, this is so weird. Yeah. This is so and why would Kahori, the Kahori we just met, let her do it? Why didn't Kahori grab the stuff? Because I was like, Kahori would have been like, nah, bitch, you wearing that fucking flag twice?
Yeah. You know how fly it's like, you know how
I can't give you all this power.
Not
the Britain flag, hilarious.
The whole Britain flag on the shield and her chest.
And on the chat. And I was talking to someone and I saw another creator talking about, they're like, but Captain America wears an American flag. I was like, the American flag is supposed to represent freedom. It was created during a revolution to free yourself. And at the time, slaves were also supposed to be free. That was all during the time. They didn't go by that promise, but that's what it was. The British flag, I forgot the name of it, but that flag
Union Jack.
Union Jack is about them being an empire and the sun never sets on Britain. That's the point of the Union Jack, is that they are it's literally a colonizer symbol. So Kahori and the character, that's why I took off a point. The character that they taught her, one, would have been like, I need your help and I need you to act right. She would have been skeptical of that woman. And then she wouldn't have let her take the helmet, the sword, and all Infinity Stones. That's wild.
And I feel like they really dropped the ball on Kahori's part, because I would have thought it would have been dope for her to have the Infinity Stones, and each time she used a different one, all of her stuff changed to different colors. I was like, y'all dropped the ball on that one, because her using the reality stuff, because I would have rather seen 1,000 Kahoris fighting Strange than Peggy Carter.
And she also is an Infinity Stone. Why wouldn't they just run to her? She is the power of the Tesseract in her. Like it.
I was like, yo, everything else set up about it, like to Clint's point, how Strange did it, how he was the villain, how it had every great opportunity, even the huge battle, because it was like watching basically a small version of Endgame inside the Sanctum. And I thought that was really cool. But the fact of it's like, yo, y'all really tried to put this white woman on this pedestal like she is just the all being. And then gave us nothing to clarify how she can wield all of this and it not tear her apart, when you see Strange cannot even hold it together with all the magic that he's put inside himself.
Right. Pause.
Oh man,
Dion, what you got?
I didn't like it. I
didn't like it. He said, "Yeah."
I didn't like it because, well, I did like it was unfinished business from Doctor Strange from season 1.
Yeah.
So if you just jumped in with season 2, you'd be like, "What the hell is happening?" So I did appreciate that they kind of said, "Yeah, I still want my woman." I know I fucked up some shit, but I still want my woman.
He was like, yo, the whole universe gonna come back. I'm just doing this for her though. I'm just letting y'all know. She gotta live somewhere, right?
Right.
She gotta live somewhere.
Might as well bring the whole universe back. And hey, I'm just killing off people that ain't supposed to really be here. That's about it.
And I much rather have the Guardians of the Universe to come back to fight him off versus these two.
That's what should have happened. And her and Kahori join. That's what should have happened. Now that would have been really great.
Right. So so Killmonger and the Ultron dude, they supposed to be fighting for Infinity. So
no, that was Supreme. That was Supreme doing that.
Yeah, but he was like holding it.
Yeah,
but they were both hitting each other for a long time, right? That's how.
Yeah.
So after they got released, it should be chaos all over again, right?
Yeah. you would think Killmonger would be like, nah, I want my revenge.
Yeah.
Like, nah, F that. I'm going with y'all. Take me to him. We got to settle this. And it didn't. It's like, yo, you gonna disappear the black man. And then one thing will say in this whole thing, I don't like, y'all gonna stop making Thanos look like a bitch. All right. I didn't like all these versions where he just kept getting fucked up, like he didn't kill everybody. I'm like, y'all gonna stop doing this to Thanos, dog.
It's so odd to me because in the MCU, Thanos is anything but, right? Like he sat and waited for people to run so he could run the fade. He waited patiently. He made a seat.
Yeah,
like,
that man said you could not live with your own failures. And what did that do?
All they needed to do was give him some nuts so he could.
Right.
And that was it. That was it. Just sunflower seeds.
Something about spitting that out before you make a point.
And then the sword just, I don't even need the sword. Y'all finna get these hands. I'm like, bro, where was that in all of What If? And then just the end part, and just what made me think of, I just think the Watcher was trying to fuck Peggy Carter.
Oh boy.
Because why you show her the Loki tree at the end? Can we take the scenic route? No, bitch, I'm finna bring you home. No.
Yeah, dude. I didn't like it one bit. It was not the coup de grace.
It wasn't, but just I want to get back to your point, but I know Clint got to sign off real quick. So Clint, go ahead.
I'm gonna rate this. Listen, this is supposed to be a finale. You didn't give me that for the most part. So I'm going to grade it off what I think a finale is supposed to be. So for this, I'm going to give it a 4.
Yeah.
Right? Like this isn't finale-esque in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah. At first I thought it was too, and I had to rewatch it. But man,
it's not finale-esque. But thank y'all for having me, man. Appreciate y'all as always, man. This was always fun, and I always want to come back. But I do gotta work out. You know what I'm saying? So talk to y'all later. Yes, sir. But I've been working out since 2023. I just want to throw it out there. This ain't no New Year's resolution. I do this. All right.
Keeping it consistent, man. We appreciate your time, bro. You take it easy.
All right, you too.
But I agree with Clint though, with what he said about season finales being like that. But Dion, I wanted you to finish your point though.
I know I'm a huge fan of connecting everything together. I feel like the whole Peggy Carter thing, she had like 4 episodes.
Yeah.
So they was trying to connect things together. So if they wanted a season finale, they could have kind of bandwagon off of season 1 since they brought the same plot line from season 1 to season 2. Mm-hmm. Bring back all the villains as if they were like trying to, fight each other. But it was kind of like, we had to kind of like have like an Easter egg. Like, who was that? Who was that? Who was that? It was kind of like,
you got to pause to read. Yeah.
Right, like, why was Loki a gunslinger? Like, what? Who was the little elf? Oh, I remember that from this episode. So I kind of feel like they didn't have. I feel like it should have been like an end game or Civil War of Guardians of the Universe versus the villains of all the episodes, and the whole time Supreme brainwashed them somehow to say fight these people or something like that to kind of let him do his little spell to get girl back.
Yeah. Do it like Donkey Kong, like like levels of layers of trying to get to it and stuff like that. Like where it get a little bit tougher, where you got to start fighting the other ones that he like had, and then too like Strange could have had like some other ones that he grabbed. It's like, oh, okay, go, cool. Since you want to do that, now fight these people, and then it's like it could have been like to even like Frankie's point, some folks we hadn't seen. Like you could have made Mr. Sinister pop out. Yeah, you could have had a lot of stuff happen, but it's just like. y'all focused it so much on Peggy, and it kind of pisses me off too because it makes me feel like y'all are gonna do that with the real MCU.
Yeah,
And I feel like y'all are gonna have her be like the leader of Secret Wars because y'all not gonna bring back Steve.
You know, it'd be even that case even better. Bring back all the villains from all the phases. Like they could have brought like the Ghost Girl back. You could have Bumblebee, Yellow Jacket. They could have had the dude from Iron Man 2.
Yep. Low key, you could have showed the Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
You could show the Thunderbolts.
Don't need the voice. Don't need the additional voice. You have them fighting. Like, they got the whole squad in here.
Whole squad right there just linked up. Be like, yo, we got this, and they keep fighting.
Yeah.
Like you could have said, it could have been a whole bunch of like different team-ups. We could say like a different version of the Guardians of the Galaxy, which could have hinted at who would be the new Guardians of the Galaxy,
right?
And stuff. But it was just like, I'm just like, yo, y'all really. The concept was there. But it's just the fact that you focused on these two people, and then, like to Frankie's point, to have such an accurate episode with Kahori switch over to her fighting with the oppressor. It's just like, all right.
It was very weird.
It was very weird.
She was too revolutionary. They said we gotta humble this bitch. We gotta humble her.
Only gave her one item. We were like, nah, we're just gonna give her Thor's hammer. First off, there's a whole bunch of other...
Why would she not grab the Infinity Stone? It was so weird. Like I would just imagine they would just go to her.
At least the Tesseract would have went to her. Like I didn't get that because the 10 rings went to her. Now that I think about it, the 10 rings came to her. So why wouldn't these elements come to her first?
Yeah.
And then, like, I could see, like, if Hela threw the crown and then, Carter caught it. And then it's just like, okay, I'll give you that. That's cool to see. But you just having everything. I'm like.
Yeah, the Tesseract is the horror of all the Infinity Stones.
They don't care. Everybody has a little taste of that. They don't know who they love.
Yeah. Tesseract being
Scarlet Witch did it. Like, everybody got a little taste. Captain Marvel, yeah, it's a source of everything, but it's because they didn't have mutants, so they're like, give us the Tesseract. I don't know.
Who got to get passed off like a $2 hoe? Tesseract.
Winter Soldier. If we can figure out who all came from the Tesseract, you like this nigga is a whore.
This nigga is a whore.
No one touching the Power Stone, not even Adam.
Right.
Nope.
Right.
Nope. That purple stone went to 2 people. No, three people. Ronan, Star-Lord, and then Thanos. And ain't nobody else had it.
And they were taking it from each other.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? It was like Ronan had it, and then Star-Lord took it from him, and then Thanos took it from him. But it wasn't like so many people were just it wasn't lending it its power the way the Tesseract is like connected. It connected with Scarlet Witch. It connected with Kahori and all of her people. Like,
this shit was a whole reality.
It was a whole reality.
To see, hear me out. I would love to see a season of the origin stories of all the stones.
That'd be dope. God
bless. It sounds great.
I would love to. Well, you know what? No, I would love to see an episode of what if, and then I don't have the character, but what if this person was the first one to get the Infinity Stones? Like when they first came, like who was the first person to get them and collect all of them?
And then someone told the story. That's how Thanos figured this out. Like,
exactly. Yeah. So I would love to see something like that. So that's the one thing I'll say I would talk about too, because with season 3 coming out, what is something that y'all would prefer to see in the what if? Because Frankie, you touched on a good point of being able to bring in characters that they haven't shown in the MCU that gives us a chance to start getting attached. So someone just off the top of your head, what kind of what if would you like to see?
I have so many what ifs. What if Kate Bishop let Yelena kill Hawkeye? What if Shuri and Namor actually teamed up and decided to take down everyone? What if Captain Carter found out about Isaiah Bradley and it experimented on? Like there were a lot. What if Shang-Chi got the Infinity Stones because he already has the 10 rings and can handle it? There are so many characters. What if Miss Marvel came to the events of No Way Home? How would that influence and affect Peter? There there's so many Spider. What if Spider-Man decided to? What if Captain America went to Spider-Man first? Like instead of Tony. There's so many different things that they could have touched on to really loop in these characters. Oh, what if Photon actually killed Scarlet Witch? Like, how would that have changed the multiverse and stuff like that? What if Scarlet Witch actually took America Chavez? What if America Chavez had the power, knew how to control her powers off rip? Like, there's so many different things they could have done that they just like.
I would love to see it. What if Kingpin got the Tesseract?
Fire.
That would be fire. What if that'd be crazy as hell. Like, what if Spider-Man was a villain instead?
Mm-hmm.
Like, instead of the thing, it's like, and he accidentally did something.
Yeah.
What
if Venom got it?
Mm-hmm. What if Killmonger succeeded?
They did that.
No. Did they?
Yeah, last season.
Did he take over?
No. He was Tony Stark's like crony, not crony, but like.
No.
Crony. That was
he was land. Yeah. He was definitely tricking Tony. No, but I wanted kind of like the Panther story. Like, Black Panther really did die, and he took over Wakanda, and he led his war. Is it?
That's how it ends. He does all that stuff. He betrays and kills Black Panther and Rhodey, and then he takes Tony Stark's tech to Wakanda and takes over Wakanda, and it ends with Shuri and he kills Iron Man, and then it ends with Shuri and what's her name, Gwyneth Paltrow, Pepper, like talking at the end because he's king, and Shuri's like, I don't like this.
Right. I thought they stopped him though.
No, it's like a cliffhanger.
No. I want to see it. I want to see that man. I want to see shit on fire and Killmonger.
That's how it is. He was on fire. He had a war.
I want to see it. I want to see it. I want to see him at the White House like this. He
was at the, but that was the thing. He doesn't want anything to do with America.
Nah, I want to see him take over. Man, I want to see him sitting in Oakland like this.
I see.
This me now. This me now.
Yeah.
Dion, what about you? What's some what ifs that you would have wanted to see?
Man, I had one.
Because Frankey gave a good list.
Yeah, because I was listening. I was engaging.
Yeah,
I was engaging.
All them times like what I want to see the what ifs. If Peter, obviously I know it's gonna happen because they said only one can do it. If Peter did not hit Thanos, like I want to know all the possibilities.
Yeah,
I want to see all the possibilities of afterwards. Like how does he still end up taking over?
That would have been dope. Yeah, that would have been dope.
Right.
What else you got?
What if I want to see the Hulk give another chance with Thanos?
Oh yeah, what if the Hulk wasn't a bitch?
Yeah, I wanted to see him fight the other big dude, and never got the actual chance.
Oh, Abomination. Yeah, what if they got their rematch?
Which one? The other big dude of the
with the claw that he would throw his hand in? Okay.
Yeah, he's Iron Man. Come on, get him. Show him the big stuff. He's he never got a chance to fight him. So the thing is, we never saw the Hulk at all until Endgame.
They bitch made the Hulk real bad.
Never got a rematch.
Crazy.
If they had a rematch, I would have loved it. Let the Hulk fight.
Even in Endgame, he didn't have like a one-on-one throw the hands with. Well, because he was hurt too. He was out there in triage, saving everybody instead get his leg back. My boy Thor was like,
Thor was like, yeah, hey, bro, I remember what you did to me.
I'm still a guy.
I'm still coming.
Yeah.
Hey, what you telling me? I should have went for the head. Bet that.
Got you. Meanwhile, Bruce in the back.
Yo, This is what I do. Like Hulk lost all his status when Thanos hit him. He said, "Oh, that's it. Oh, that's it."
Oh, my leg.
Yeah, when he hit that, I was
you
like,
know my back is bad. Why you?
No, he about to
Well,
fuck
yeah,
Hulk up.
get me.
I got one. It's hear me out. I don't know how they would do this. I would just be interested to see how they would make this. What if Blade the movie never got made?
Oh, that's interesting.
As we always coin, Blade is the godfather of the MCU. What if it never happened?
Yeah, but that's more of a real us. Blade has no effect on.
Hey, I'm just saying though, because it helped with being able to ignite them to do X-Men with Fox and to see like how these Marvel titles work. So I'll just again, because like sometimes they break the fourth wall so much with that type of stuff. I just think it'd be cool to just see it, like not too crazy or anything like that, but just like what would have become the outcome of how we lead to the MCU. Like would titles have been different? Would we have started off with X-Men and Spider-Man? And how would that might have been? I just, like it wouldn't have been like one of the best what ifs, but it's something I would have loved to just see like played around with and how it would have went.
I want a She-Hulk but She-Hulk Deadpool movie or show. Just to see,
that'd be hilarious.
Always breaking the football.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be great. I would love to see that too. This is one thing I would love to see. Disney, Marvel, if you're watching this, all right, and if you started, you got it from here. You should do a interactive what if. You should let us choose the path like they have on Netflix.
Ooh, that's hard though.
But cartoon, no. For cartoon, it's super easy.
I see.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. For cartoon version of what if, and you select what happens.
Ooh, that's brilliant.
So Disney, if you listening, Marvel, if you listening,
it's a lot of money because once you go down one path, it keeps branching and keeps branching.
Yeah. But if you did it for live action on Netflix and stuff like that, and they had so many possibilities with that. Yeah, that's why I'm just like, you could do it with them, especially from a cartoon standpoint and everything. Yeah. Like, and then too, like you can have a point of like, what if the watcher don't intervene? What happens? It's like, well, you kind of destroyed all reality. Yeah. Would you like to use this time stone, go back and make another choice?
Yeah.
Nah, that's it. Well, roll credits.
Yeah. What if the watcher gets arrested for watching people? Hey, man, get out my goddamn window, man. Who are you? He said,
yo, you know what it got to be too?
He do be that big in the screen. He be big as fuck. Standing
like,
you can see me?
Oh, you can see me? No shit, motherfucker. I see them bright ass eyes.
That's when he started, was when Ultron looked at him. He said, whoa, hold on. He said, oh shit.
Yeah. He said, yeah, I can see you. Put your goddamn pants up. Yeah. I can see you.
Like he was like, wait, can you hear me and see me?
Yes. Of the universe, because Ultron saw him. He said, oh nah.
He said, yeah, but you know who got arrested, Frankie? You gonna know that testicle from Rick and Morty. That's who got arrested. Watcher.
Yes.
Rick
and Morty is pretty good, man. They be doing shit. They be doing it.
He was like a fifth dimensional police officer and stuff, but he was voiced by Keegan from Key and Peele.
Yes.
He was
more of a time.
Yeah, like a time
cop.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do have to roll soon. We're giving our.
Oh no. We wrapping up now.
So I would rate this whole season overall a 6.
Yeah, I give it that.
6. It had high highs and low lows.
Yeah, I'd say that's a solid choice between a 6. As a fan, I might go up to 7, but it's very 6.5. 6.5.
Okay, that's fair.
6.5 for me.
I'm gonna give it a hot 3.
Hot.
Yeah, because who's like, yo, you gotta watch season 2. Who's saying that?
Nothing, but you have a few episodes I'd tell you to check out. I would tell you to check out Kahori. I would tell you to check it because again, too, you don't have to really watch What If season 1 to kind of fully understand those. Even like Gamora and Tony Stark's episode, you don't necessarily have to know what happened in season 1 to watch those.
Sure. It's not braggable. And the title is living up to its title. What if? Y'all just playing around now. Y'all just like
Mm-hmm.
y'all just have like a noun and a verb and just like
It's Mad Libs.
Yeah. That's really what it is. But all right, give me a topic. Give me a character. What is that dude's name that be doing that on Instagram? Fuck. He always does it. Like he act like he sniffed coke and he comes up with the greatest movie.
Yes, I know, but it'd be the actual movie, and then you'd be like, "It's Finding Nemo." But the way that he describes it sounds like the execs are on coke before they say it. Yeah,
that's definitely a Key and Peele sketch. When
the
Gremlins.
Yeah, he does a great job at that, man. But I want to thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Straight Outta Comic Book. I want to thank my guests for coming through, dropping their knowledge, dropping their opinions on there. Before we get out of here, I definitely want to make sure that they get a chance to let you know where to follow them and how to support them. You know, y'all watching us all the time and stuff like that. We appreciate it. We appreciate the comments, even from positive, negative, or just plain ignorant, like Frankey be receiving in her comments and her videos. We want you to make sure, though, you support these people and continuing to make y'all this dope content that y'all enjoy them in. So, Frankey, I'm going to let you go first. Please let them know where to follow and what to support.
Yeah, you can find me on all platforms at Fantastic Frankey, FRANKEY. And on YouTube, especially is where I need the support. I'm working on some projects. I started a talk show, so that'll be coming out very soon, and it's all going to be on YouTube. So I need those subscribers, need that love. I'm posting on it now. I'm posting my journey with Lord of the Rings, so you can enjoy that, and still support.
Yes, indeed.
Frankey is so lovable.
Oh my gosh, thank you. Yeah, only people who know me say that.
I will say this.
Comments,
This means no disrespect, but you are the most non-New Yorker I've met.
That's so interesting. What about it?
Wow, born and raised? Wow, I would never guess.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's like, yo, you have like this very great to me. Like, and it's no disrespect to New York, but New York people just got that real hard exterior. But like, if they fuck with you, though, they fuck with you.
Yeah,
and stuff. So you just kind of just like, that's just them. That's who they are. But for yours, it's like it don't come off like that. Like he said, like you're very nice. It's very welcoming. It's one of those things of if you don't like Frankey, the first thing I'll ask, okay, what'd you do? What would you do to not like her?
But a lot of people who don't like me actually never met me, or even really had a conversation with me. So they're going off of things like, me saying, I feel like Dave Chappelle is we need to let him go. Like things like that will be like, I hate her, she sucks. But the thing is, I think it's just easy to hate someone like me that's steadfast in their beliefs and disagreeable. But I really appreciate it.
Oh yeah, of course. And then of course, Mr. Dion Lack, man, where can they follow? How can they support you?
Support me, DionLack on all platforms. Lactose ENT on YouTube. That's it, man.
All right, man. And then of course, y'all know me, Will Pharaoh, on everything socials. Keep following the Arcade Tokens channel to watch these shows, Straight Outta Comic Book, Geek Blasphemy as well. And follow me on my personal YouTube. More content is coming out, bringing back my wrestling show, Kayfabe. So look out for that and everything. So just keep supporting, and then just if you really want to do a solid for me, support the people that are on here, and so then that way I can also start being able to pay them from sponsorship because they doing so well, and I got them on here. So keep supporting each and every single one of us. Thank y'all for checking out Straight Out of a Comic Book. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment which one was your favorite episode, what was your worst, and why, and let us know in the comments below. And you always know that we respond back. So enjoy the rest of y'all day, enjoy your weekend, enjoy your 2024, and we will catch y'all next week. Peace.
Yeah.